9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. It's September the 18th, about 6:30 a.m. Central Time. I'm glad that you're here at Off the Wall Prepper. So, folks, we just had this conversation yesterday about things that were going on, and now there is a report coming in that Chinese spies could be using the southern border to get into the U.S. Top Republican warns. Chinese tourists gain access to U.S. military bases over 100 times this year. And Chairman Mark Green says, why are we just so willy nilly about this? Vowing to get to the bottom of the current administration's policies regarding this matter. The U.S. Mexico border is officially the deadliest in the world. The current establishment's stupid policies are allowing Chinese spies to use the southern border to gain entry into the United States and pose a long term threat to national security, warns the top Republican. And really interesting, Mark Green, representative Republican from Tennessee, told DailyMail.com that there's been a massive increase of Chinese nationals tied to the People's Libertarian Army, the PLA, that have gained access to the U.S. by crossing over the border. And there's been over 17,800 Chinese nationals released into the U.S. this year alone. These are not good factors, folks. Not good factors at all. Green called the stupidity of the current administration's border policies currently in place that they are totally mind blowing. Now, folks, I want you to think about this. We just talked about this yesterday, how many people were coming across the border. So not only are the Chinese spies coming in, but on top of it, according to comments from our current establishment, Republican Party, Tennessee Republican that's standing up for this, he said that we have to think about this. So we're letting them come across the border. Then on top of it, are we paying for them to be here to spy on us? Oh, now this kind of happened in Russia. Look at what the Russians did. They did just that. They infiltrated migration, middle aged military men. They went into Ukraine, established residency, and then they became the saboteurs during the invasion. Now, he's not suggesting that China will invade the U.S., or will they? But if America were to defend Taiwan against a CCP led attack, who's to say that there isn't the saboteur is already in that line? Think about, he plans to direct his committee to hold hearings in the future on the threat of Chinese infiltrators using the southern border. I have to say, at least we have somebody that's fighting to get to the bottom of things, and that is the House Homeland Security Committee Chairman Mark Green, Republican from Tennessee. And he said that there has been a massive increase of Chinese nationals tied to the PLA. So we have facts coming in from our current establishment. In June, there was a reported 100,000 migrants and an estimated 132,000 in July, over 177,000 in August. Ooh, add that up, folks. That's almost 400,000 people. Last week, a shocking new report alleged that there had been more than 100 instances in which U.S. military bases were infiltrated by Chinese nationals. The Chinese nationals posed as tourists, wandered onto a missile launch site in New Mexico, reported by the Wall Street Journal, and in addition, some reportedly staged as scuba divers in order to get close to a Florida rocket launch site, while others claim to be staying on an army base in Alaska. So we have them definitely coming in. The operatives have reportedly claimed to be tourists who are lost, unable to find their way to a Burger King or a McDonald's close to a U.S. military base. So they want a Big Mac attack, and they come on in, and well, they just happened to stumble upon Fort Wainwright. Isn't that interesting? And Fort Wainwright is the center of the U.S. military operations in the Arctic. It was the subject of an apparent espionage attempt, according to the Wall Street Journal. Then we have another one where helicopters were flying over that mountain range near Fort Wainwright, Alaska. House Homeland Security Committee Chairman Mark Green also told the Daily Mail that an impeachment of DHS Secretary Alejandro Macaro is a very real possibility following this new bombshell findings he'll make public this week. We need to know if Marcos understands, if he just really is as stupid as this appears, or is this he understands what's going on and just doesn't seem to give a shit. Did I just say shit? I did. Excuse me, folks. That he just doesn't care. Former DHS agent Tim Ballard, whose harrowing tale about rescuing children from sex slavery is featured in the film The Sound of Freedom, has blamed the current administration's policy for more and additional child sex slavery at the border. Fact or fiction? It's absolutely horrifying if you think about it. It's all due to one thing. The U.S. border sea policy is creating all of this and has failed to protect our southern border. That's the bottom line. The Biden administration, by the way, I can't even say his name. The current administration has lost track of over 85,000 unaccompanied minors that have come across that border into the U.S. over the last several years, said Ballard, who served as a special agent for the Department of Homeland Security for over 10 years. The children become easy prey for the traffickers. And we've seen it on the video. A man, middle aged man, military aged man, carrying a child that looked lethargic over his shoulder. I showed the video over on our Telegram channel. As a result, he says that Marcos should face further investigation by Congress. I'll tell you what, folks. Were these kids being kidnapped? Were they being trafficked? Were they being raped? What is really going on? If we have a secretary who's completely ignoring the situation and the facts, then should he be impeached as well? I would say most definitely, in my own opinion. But the sad thing is, folks, is the plight of these poor children. Where are they? And it seems to me that there's a lot of children also missing in Maui. Where are they? Why are we not talking about it? And why haven't we found and identified them? Just something to think about this morning as we go into another fabulous week. It is Monday, November the 18th, 2023. This year has really been something, hasn't it, folks? And it seems like it just keeps on snowballing. I want to say to each and every one of you, keep your boots on the ground because we see lots and lots of food shortages coming in. Corn, wheat, we have different oils that we're not going to be able to get, and we have hyperinflation. I hope that each and every one of you does exactly what you need to do, and that is to do the dang thing on a daily basis. Don't give up. Don't give in. No matter what, hashtag resist in the chat. Folks, I hope that you're prepping for winter. Winter's right around the corner, and according to the Farmer's Almanac and the woolly worms, it's supposed to be a cold one. So get prepared, get ready, and don't be scared. It's better to be prepared than scared, right? Yeah, it is. It is. And we're not the doomsday preppers here. We're the down to earth preppers. We want to keep on thriving. No matter what, keep your boots on the ground. And thank God for another day that I'm able to see you, Mag. I'll see you soon. God bless you from here in the Ozarks to wherever you're at in this big, happy world as the southern border gets invaded. God bless. Everyone take care.